Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Sierra. Today's video is going to be a little bit different than usual. I am actually on my way to my first therapy appointment, I guess, and for a little while I was like, no, I'm not gonna vlog this. This is really personal stuff. I'm not gonna post this all over YouTube. I mean, I don't have that many people that watch these, but I was like, I'm gonna just kind of keep it, about me and my journey with myself. But then I decided, there's a lot of people out there that are struggling with mental health and stuff like that, so I figured I would just share my thoughts and my experience with you guys, and maybe that it would help someone else. I don't know. Also, I kind of wanted to do it even if I end up deciding maybe not to post this, which I probably won't now that I've already filmed it, but I just kind of want to see my progress from start to finish, or throughout, or whatever. Maybe there will be no finish necessarily, but so yeah, I'm going to that right now. Obviously I'm not going to film in there because that stuff is really personal, but I do want to share with you guys once I'm done with my first session or whatever, kind of what the therapist was like, and what we talked about, and kind of my plan of action, I guess. So yeah, I will keep you guys updated on that as soon as I'm out. So I just got done with my first session, and this one was more of a formal paperwork kind of thing, just asking questions, kind of trying to decide where we needed to start kind of thing. And I didn't mention this before, but the whole reason I decided to start therapy is because I've been having panic attacks and stuff, and just really bad anxiety, and I used to never have that before. So I kind of wanted to see what was causing it, and not only see what was causing it, but kind of figure out how to manage them, or make them go away, because it's not fun at all. And my chest would get really tight, and I wouldn't be able to catch my breath, and I would just cry and cry and cry until I literally just couldn't cry anymore over things that I feel were not anything to cry over. So that was kind of becoming an issue, and it was happening a lot more frequently than it needed to, I guess, or it should be. So that was the whole reason I kind of decided to go, because I was starting to feel like I was literally going crazy, because I had no control over it felt like, and it was just kind of taking over me whenever they would happen. So that was not fun. So that was the whole reason I started therapy. But yeah, like I said, this one was just kind of more formal, and she was just kind of asking questions, trying to get to know me, and kind of figuring out what my symptoms and stuff were. And so she actually diagnosed me with Generalized Anxiety Disorder, and her treatment plan or whatever, she said, is not to treat the diagnosis, but to come up with goals and things like that I can control, and things that I can look forward to, and figure out how to manage my symptoms, even if they don't necessarily go away. Obviously that is kind of the end goal, is to make them not happen anymore, but for the time being, they're not going to go away in a week. So trying to just manage them and figure out how I can deal with them properly, instead of just saying, okay, it's over now, I don't want to I'm not affected by it anymore at this moment, so we're just going to forget that it happened, because that's kind of what I was doing. And so she said that we were going to do the, what did she call it? The acceptance and confirmation treatment plan, I think is what she called it. I could be wrong on that, so sorry, but I'm pretty sure it was called acceptance and confirmation. And she also wanted me to buy this book called The Happiness Trap, I believe is what it was called. I'm having a hard time remembering. She has it all written down, but I don't have the paper with me. The Happiness Trap, and it's kind of gonna be our little roadmap, so that it's not a workbook, but that's kind of how I'm gonna use it, is to kind of plan our sessions and what we're gonna talk about each time, so that we don't go in there just, okay, what are we gonna talk about today? We know we have a plan, because that's a lot of my issue, is I like to have a plan. I like to be in control, and when I'm having the panic attacks and stuff, I'm obviously not in control, and I can't do anything about it. So she thinks that this will help a lot. And I think that was also kind of my problem, is I always want to be in control no matter what the situation is, and that's not always going to be the case. So she kind of wanted me to read this book and do this kind of plan to kind of help me with that, kind of being okay with change and not being in control 24/7, and kind of letting other people take the reins in certain situations and things like that. So that was kind of all that happened today. But luckily for me, I was very scared that it was going to be like extremely expensive. And luckily for me, my insurance actually paid for it as a regular doctor visit and not like a specialist or something, which is what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be hundreds of dollars. And luckily for me, my insurance covered most of it. I just had to pay my copay, which was like $30. So I know that some people don't have that luxury, but if you are considering it and you're not sure how much it's going to cost, you can always reach out to wherever you're going to go and they can look it up for you, because that's what she did for me before I even scheduled my appointment. Because honestly, as much as I wanted to do it, there was no way I could spend hundreds of dollars every single week to come here. So knowing that my insurance is covering it and it's only going to be $30 every time I come is such a weight lifted off my shoulders. So I would definitely recommend, if you're thinking about it and the money aspect is what is kind of holding you back, I would definitely reach out and see if they will look it up for you, how much it will cost, because it might end up being a lot less than you thought. So don't be afraid of the what ifs. I would literally just ask. And, you know, if it does end up being a lot, then okay, then that's how you can make your decision. But don't be afraid without asking. So that was kind of my first day. I really enjoyed it. I'm really excited to start this. I know that sounds insane to be like, oh, I'm excited for therapy. But I really am, because like I said, I was starting to feel like I was literally losing my mind and going crazy. So I think that this will help me a lot, and hopefully it will make me feel better about myself, and it will make my relationships with other people much better and all that good stuff. So yeah, I will keep you guys updated next time I come, but until then, I will see you guys next time. So as I mentioned before, my therapist or whatever recommended I get a book and kind of use it as like a workbook for our sessions, and it was called The Happiness Trap. So it actually came in the mail while I was on vacation for my birthday, and today I have been having a really bad day. I had a great weekend at the beach, and then I come home and everything just kind of went to crap, and I literally just got out of the shower and I look disgusting, but you know what, we're keeping it real in this vlog, so this is really what it is. Anyways, so I've had a very rough day, just kind of like feeling discouraged about multiple different things and not feeling the greatest about myself, I guess, and just coming back from a great trip to a horrible day at work, and just knowing that the week is probably going to be the same, and like trying not to have that negative mindset, but I kind of just know that's how it's going to be. So I thought that since I'm just not having a good day, that I would start this book. And I was going to do the first chapter, so I got this little, like notebook thing. It says make today amazing, which is like kind of what I'm trying to do, but you know, we'll see how that works out. And then I've got these gel pens that I found. I'm going to try to like take notes, I guess. So it's called The Happiness Trap by Russ Harris, and it's not that big, but it's kind of big. So, there's like different chapters and stuff, obviously, so I'm just gonna go through and read it, obviously, but I'm also gonna like try to take notes if I need to, underline, highlight, all that good stuff, so that when I go to therapy on Friday, I will be able to remember what I read and all that good stuff and any thoughts that I had. So yeah, whenever I'm done, I'm gonna kind of like recap what happened, and then obviously when I go to therapy, I will also recap kind of what we talked about. But yeah, so I'm gonna start this and then I'm gonna go to bed, because it's been a very, very long day and I am exhausted. So I just finished reading the intro and the first chapter of part 1, and so far I would say that it's good. I mean, I haven't really gone that far into it. I'm literally like 18 pages in, but the main thing that it talked about was like how humans feel the need to belong and feel the need to have control over things and to avoid bad things from happening to them, because, you know, since the beginning of time, that's what we've had to do. Like whenever, you know, there were cavemen and stuff, like you had to avoid the danger, you had to, you know, survival of the fittest kind of thing. And so over, you know, the millions and millions of years of people being alive, that's kind of gone into our evolution of how we think. So there's really no getting away from it, even though we think that there is. They also talked about how happiness has like 2 different meanings. So like one meaning is, you know, feeling good And that's typically what people strive for, and while they may be able to get that feeling for a little bit, it never lasts. And then it talked about how the other meaning is living a full, meaningful life is what happiness is. And a lot of times, like, humans will strive for the wrong kind of happiness, and I definitely think that I'm guilty of that, because I kind of find myself falling into the same trap of, like, doing things that make me happy in the moment, but, like, over time, like, that feeling goes away, so it doesn't really make a difference. It also talks about how we're always trained, like, from growing up to avoid negative thoughts and feelings and all that good stuff, and how that's really not good for you. You can't be happy if you don't ever have anything bad happen to you, kind of deal. Like, you need to learn how to deal with them, or you're not going to have a good life, which is very true, and that's very much my problem. Is I know that it's okay to have bad thoughts or bad feelings or bad things happen to me, but I don't really know how to, like, cope with them. So I'm interested to see what happens. I did want to, like, read a little thing out. I'm sorry, this lighting is so bad, but it's literally 10 o'clock at night, so whatever. So this talks about, as I told you guys before, we're doing the ACT method of therapy, which is acceptance and, what is it called? Acceptance and commitment therapy, so ACT. And it says right here, the aim of ACT is to help you live a rich, full, and meaningful life while effectively handling the pain that inevitably comes your way. So basically it's just saying, like, bad things are going to happen and you need to know how to deal with them, or you're not going to be able to be happy in life, which is very true. So I'm excited. And it also says right here, the harder we chase after pleasurable feelings, the more we are likely to suffer from anxiety and depression. And I definitely think that's true, because when you're trying so hard to, like, do the right thing or do the thing that you want to be, like, that'll make you proud of yourself, or that will make you successful, and then that ends up not happening, you get discouraged. And that's definitely what's happening to me right now, especially since I just graduated and I cannot find a job. Like, I've found multiple jobs, I've applied for multiple jobs, I haven't actually gotten one. So I'm just, like, seeking out every job I can find, and it's just, like, leaving me more and more discouraged, because I just keep not getting any answers at all from all these different places. So yeah, that's something I've really been struggling with lately. So yeah, I'm just gonna kind of leave it at that, because I'm sleepy and I still need to actually, you know, go to therapy and go over all this. But that's kind of just, like, my first thoughts on the first, like, chapter and the intro and stuff. But I do think this would be very good for me, so we will see, and I will keep you guys updated as much as I can without, you know, like, oversharing and stuff, because, like I said, some of the stuff is kind of, like, personal, and I don't want it all over the internet and all that good stuff. So I'll definitely share with you, like, what I feel as I read this book. Maybe not so much what I share with my therapist, but kind of what she shares with me to help me deal with the things I do share with her. So yeah, stay tuned, and I hope if this helps you guys out at all, please let me know. Please reach out to me if you ever need a friend to talk to. I know I'm probably a complete stranger to a lot of you, but you can always message me on Instagram, leave something in the comments, whatever you need to do. But yeah, so that's all I have for now. So I just left week 2 of therapy, and today was more like talk about my problems kind of thing. And we, like, talked about my job and how it's, like, very stressful, and how, like, sometimes I don't feel appreciated there, and, like, how things are just very chaotic, and I'm not a chaotic person. Like, I need structure kind of thing. And so yeah, we talked about that, and I cried, and I did not like crying, but it was fine. And then she also made me do this thing called, it's like sandbox, not therapy, but the sandbox. So she gave me this little, like, circular thing that had sand in it, and then she has, like, 2 bookshelves full of figurines and all kinds of animals, people, road signs, all kinds of stuff. And she was like, pick as many or as little as you want and put them in the sand that represent, like, how you're feeling about work or whatever. So I did that, and I picked, like, 4 things, and one of them was a lion, and I, like, had to explain, like, what they meant. So the lion was me being, like, fiery and very, like, powerful and snapping on people, because I do that when I get aggravated, especially at work. And then there was another one, and it was a sea turtle just, like, chilling in the sand, and that one represented me, like, in my I don't care mood. Like, I'm not talking, I'm just kind of going with the flow. It is what it is. And then there was one that looked like my dog Hendrix, so I picked that one because Hendrix brings me joy. And then we talked about Hendrix for like 30 minutes. So that made me feel much better after I just cried about my job. So I also told her this morning, I got an email that said my application for a job I had applied for like within what my major was. A job I had applied for through that, my application was being reviewed, and they would let me know if I'd been picked for an interview, which doesn't guarantee anything, but at least it's something. I haven't been getting any answers for the past 2 months now. Not even a no, we're not hiring you. So that's been like weighing on me heavy, because I really, really don't like the job I'm in right now, but I don't want to start over just to be there for maybe like a couple weeks, couple months. So that's one of my biggest stressors right now. So that made me feel good, and we talked about that a little bit. She also gave me this packet, if I can find it, about relaxation tips because I'm stressed out as heck. So yeah, she gave me this thing. She gave me that packet about like breathing exercises and other things I can do to like help myself relax, because I'm not relaxed at all. And then yeah, she told me to keep reading my happiness trap book. We didn't go over it too much today, just because I had a lot to talk about from this past week. But yeah, so I'm coming back next week, and I will probably do like a bi-weekly like update on this on my channel. So I'm gonna end this video here today after 2 weeks of therapy. I am feeling a lot more, I guess, better about myself and like about dealing with my issues, because I have like been able to get it out to someone that like is not in the situation or is not like close to me. Like, she's there for a purpose. Like, she's there to listen, obviously, but like she has a job to do. So that's been very helpful, other than like just telling like my mom or my boyfriend, because they listen, don't get me wrong, but like they don't really have any help to give. And even if they did, like, it's my mom, I'm probably not gonna listen to her. So yeah, I'm gonna end this video here. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button down below. I will keep you guys updated. Like I said, I feel like this is a very good opportunity for me to maybe help other people that are struggling with any kind of mental illness, no matter how serious it is. And kind of just, you know, it's okay to not be okay, and I feel like that's becoming more accepted these days. But I'm just here to tell you it's okay to not be okay. It's good for you. If you think you need help, like, you probably do. So don't put it off and all that good stuff. And yeah, I will keep you guys updated. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.